Hello. Yay, I managed with the help of my husband. I don't know. Something was just stuck. So I'm just going to take a look and see if you guys around. Oh, hi Jen. Okay. Whew. Mercury retrograde, right? Now I think I do need a sip of wine, guys. Oh, okay. Oh, hi Maxine. And thanks Emily for the tip. I think I don't know, something just wasn't working. It wasn't changing between the FaceTime face camera and my other camera. So anyway, we're working now. Oh, hi everyone. Hi. Maxine. Hi guys. Nice to see you. Okay, I don't know if you guys are going to drink with me or not. I wish we could just have a proper chat. Maybe next time we can do Zoom. I know that there's a little bit of a backlash here, but what I wanted to chat about before I move into this dating the tarot, I'm prepared. I even, printed the little prompts, but I thought I'm going to start with maybe, oh, Melanie, you have red wine, yes? Good. You need it today. I thought I'm going to start with a little introduction to astrology, just like a very brief one, because we talk a lot about Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, and we talk about a lot about, all the Capricornian planets changing into Aquarius, and now we have this huge Aquarian energy. And it just feels, I don't know how about you, but for the last 2 nights, I just couldn't sleep. I felt this, it was intense, and it was like really full on. So I think a lot of uploads are actually happening. Whatever uploads mean, I think there is a fresh influx of energy, and it is a very different energy to 2020 Capricornian earthy energy. It's a lot of air that we like catching up with now. So it's really great to ground ourselves. Oh, fierce and pretty, yeah, great. You having beer after sauna. Oh yeah, that's a good, I like that. That's good, honey. And so this air energy that we like really are surrounded with right now has a big impact on our, mental capacity. So we can feel, some of us can feel really inspired. I talked today to my friend from Australia, and she was like, she has ideas, she constantly thinks of something, there's one idea here, one idea there. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus is the revolutionary planet. It's a quick planet. It shifts things. It comes in like revolution, and blasts through. So it's called also the higher mind. So I guess there's this big kind of call to realign to maybe the true calling. Uranus is in tarot, I connected, for me personally, it connects well to tarot, to the tower, to judgment. Card is connected to the Fool as well, right? So there is this fresh rebirth, transformative energy around us right now. Oh, hi, Vicky. Victoria, I posted a parcel to you today. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it will get there. Wine and dancing is needed, Lena. That's true. We do need a little bit of a. I really today I was like, I need that. My husband just went off to meet up with some guys, with his friends, and today specifically, usually I'm meeting up with my girlfriend, so now he went to meet up with his friends, and I stayed at home, and I thought, why not live chat with live wine, right? So moving on with this Aquarian energy. So on one hand, we have Saturn in Aquarius, and it's really bringing in, periods of big social changes. Aquarius rules social engagement, social justice, futuristic vision, equality, freedom. Uranus was discovered during the social revolution in France, during the technological revolution. So there is big revolutionary changes in technology coming up for us as well. And when we think of history, Saturn was in Aquarius, for example, 1991, 1993, when there was the Russian Federation that fell through, the communism fall, all these huge changes of systems that we thought maybe will never change. So we are up for those types of changes, but they are not going to be like smooth. They never smooth, right? And the other player that is really big this year. So in 2020, we had Saturn, Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, Jupiter in Capricorn. This year, I think the big two players are the Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus in Taurus. Uranus has been moving through Taurus since last year, but this is a big one because Taurus doesn't like changes. Taurus is an earth sign. It's kind of, comfortable, rules finances, rules tradition, rules things that don't really want to change much. It's fixed earth. So you can imagine how Taurus is not really up for changes. And then Uranus, the revolutionary, hits this Taurus energy and starts, brewing in and doing things that Taurus doesn't like to do. And with Taurus, if Taurus rules in astrology over finances, over our values, over our resources, natural resources, nature in general, there will be revolutionary changes, Uranus in Taurus, in this earth energy. And I think we will be looking, and we are up for, dynamic aspect, they in square aspect, they square one another over 2021 and further. And it's a really dynamic aspect, but it's not an easy one, right? We have to work for those changes, and it will be shifts in economy, natural resources, in finances. If you're interested in finances, take a look what happens. Cryptocurrencies, I think, are going to boom very soon. Elon Musk just bought, 1.5 million Bitcoin. Big businesses going into cryptos right now. The price of Bitcoin went up from, that's not much to few $1,000s in, half an hour after Elon Musk invested in it. So just take a look at all these big changes. And we we are in the beginning of it. I always used to say that this is like a baby sticking the head out of the vagina, right? So this is something that I wanted to just, throw in there so you can take a look, maybe read a little bit more. But we are up for changes in technology. We are up for changes in social justice and social, just how society runs. Independence will be a really big one. And I think in some way, Saturn in Aquarius is a perfect example for social distance as well. Saturn is the planet with the rings, so it's not really wanting to, leave me my space. And Aquarius is very technology oriented in some way. So it's just fascinating to look at those archetypes and see how they work in astrology. And so I hope I didn't lose you there yet. But it's an interesting setup for this year, that Saturn in Aquarius versus Uranus in Taurus. So I hope we're going to be seeing changes that are good, Oh, Karni, hey, my friend. So, and how is everyone doing? Are you guys doing okay in this new moon? Ooh, Karni, you just arrived. Good. Karni, if you want, grab a glass or a cup of tea or whatever. And yes, I'm going to talk about this dating the tarot, because I thought some fun is needed, some laughs. We don't really maybe need to be so serious today about everything. So this dating the tarot 2020 was created by Candy from Candy, what's her name? Candy Soil and Tarot. Am I right? Candy, 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 soul and soil. Candy, soul and soil. Okay, we know candy as candy, right? You know, guess what I'm talking about. Kasia feels a bit popped and a bit tired. Yeah, it's a lot of energy, I think. Yeah. Lady Alchemila aka Miss Melanie, she loves the new moon. I actually felt really shitty the last 2 days. Not shitty, but like I just couldn't sleep. I was like a bit all over the place. And I felt, oh my God, I hope it's going to be, you know, I need to ground myself. And I've done a lot of body movement. I actually was so proud of myself because I did this 30-day yoga challenge with Yoga with Andrian. And that was good. So now I'm practicing every day. And yesterday I caught up for this Key by the Sea. It's Pen, and she does like qigong and bit of body movement and essential oil. So I did it for the new moon. Also was really pretty good to move the energy. Yeah, thanks, Jen. Candy, soul, and soil. Exactly. I finally met my Eva. Oh, awesome. How do I pronounce your name? Zine? I don't know. I'm sorry, but she has just got her first, I think, a skull from Eva Manus. So that's really cool. I love those skulls. Look at this guy. It has arrived recently, and I'm in a love. It's so beautiful. It's actually from petrified wood. I call it jad. It's like, it looks really Slavic to me. So I think it's going to be, you know, one of the ancestors. And it's from petrified wood. It looks gorgeous, feels amazing. Look at his eyes. I love him. Hi, everyone who is joining in. Nice to see you guys. Yeah, Honey always calls candy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Gigi, I love my skulls too, and actually Eva's skulls are, yeah, I actually have, I think I do have 2 other skulls, which now 3 others. I can't remember where I bought these ones, but it was through Instagram. I bought this long skulls. So this one is the earthy, oh my God, I'm having Mercury retrograde moments today. I don't remember these minerals. Anyone knows how this one is called? It's like a mixture of lava with some other things. Anyway, it's beautiful. And then this one is just clear quartz. And then I have this Mary Magdalene skull, which is also from the same account. But I bought them a long time ago. I can't remember anymore. But this, she's got like a rainbow smile on her face, and I love it. I don't know if you can see. She smiles rainbows. So yeah, these are the only 3 skulls that I don't have from Evo. The rest is all from Evo. Oh, Natalia, hi mate. How come you are not my moderator? Did you sign out yourself from that function, Natalia, or you never were my moderator? I somehow always felt that I added you. Oh, too early even for a Russian. Here we serve you the vodka, Nat. Oh, your skull is made from fossils, Gigi. I love that. That's so old, and special energy with fossils too. It's not sodalite, Maxine. It's different. It's actually black and purplish. It's not sodalite. Yeah. Honey's laughing that she's Finnish and she's having a beer, so Natalia can totally have a drink. Exactly, and I'm Polish, so you know. Natalia, do not leave us. We don't care that it's your morning. Pietrosite, no. Also no. If somebody guesses this, I will know because I know what it's called. No, not merlinite. No. Anyway, okay. Should I start going with this dating the tarot, guys? The first point. It's the cheapskate date. So who did you date because they were cheap as chips? And what was the outcome? My cheapest decks turn out to be the most expensive decks otherwise. So one example is the Thomson Leng Tarot, which I'm not going to show now, but I bought it for 1 zloty, which is not even 50 cents probably, secondhand, and it turns out it's a deck from 1932, and it's mega vintage, and it's mega rare, and it was very original and a great, in a great condition. And recently I went and I bought this runic tarot. I shared it on, hi Lina, I shared it on Instagram. I paid 8 zloty, which is maybe $2 for it. And for some reason, I was under the impression that that they reprinted this deck. You know how they reprinted the Moon Oracle and they reprinted the Sun Oracle. So I was thinking, this one, somehow I thought it was reprinted too, but it turns out it's not. And you guys let me know on Instagram, because everyone was like, oh my God, it's runic tarot. And it's so, and I didn't even realize. So this deck is very new. It is a cheapskate date because I got it secondhand, but the cards were wrapped, still in. No, Kasia, not iolite. Go more. Give me more ideas. So this is how it looks. It has some maroons in like a major arcana, and then it has all different natural, wheel of the year festivities like Beltane and Luna and Samhain and so on. So what was the outcome? To be honest, with this one, I haven't even used it yet. The outcome was that I was surprised that it was out of print, and I'm kind of like more excited about it now because it's so hard to get, but I haven't used it much. But I have another example of the cheapskate date, and it was the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, which I got long time ago, okay? It was in the Polish shop, and I paid like really, I thought I was getting a mini version. I paid not even, $5 for it. And it arrived, it's in German, unfortunately, but it arrived with, the large version. And this was a deck that I saw first time in Australia when I lived in Australia, and somebody was using it in a reading for me. My friend's mother, she actually was into tarot cards. And this is the first time I saw a round deck. So for me, the introduction to round decks wasn't the mother piece, it was actually Daughters of the Moon. And I was a bit entranced, I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. And it had all the goddesses and all these different feminine archetypes. And at that time, it was like maybe beginning of 2000, 2004, maybe it was, or 2005. It wasn't so popular then, and that we didn't have that many tarot decks then, and this deck seemed like really unique and very different. So actually the outcome of this particular cheapskate date was pretty fascinating, and I quite enjoyed working with this deck. And even though right now I don't really use it much, I think probably I prefer, maybe a bit better balanced decks. I love the sacred feminine work, but that to me means balancing both sides to myself. So I keep it, I didn't get rid of it, but I don't really use it much. Oh, Candy, you here? Hello. I'm dating the tarot. Look, I'm well prepared. I printed out what you wrote under your video. We just talked about you. Oh yeah, and Candy, everybody loves your videos. It's great, your editing skills. I'm jealous. I'm like, oh my God, I have to learn how to like show the videos in a bit better way. You're doing such a great job, Candy. So it was nice. And yeah, nice that you saw it. Johanna, it's not soda light, cover light, no, Kasia. Yeah, Nat, this deck is out of print. I mean, the Daughters of the Moon, I don't know. Is this out of print? Does anyone know if Daughters of the Moon is out of print? Yeah, Candy says that her tablet is old and she might not be chatting much, but She says hello to everybody. So I'm not sure about these Daughters of the Moon. It was out of print for a while. I don't know if they reprinted it again. But you see, with out of print decks, I'm not that great of an oracle. So, but yeah, these ones were my cheapskate dates. So the slow burner date. Are you ready? The one you weren't sure about on the first meeting, but over time you suspect it's turning to love. And for me, that actually is the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. Okay. I remember they contacted me if they can send me, and I'm talking Mikiel and oh God, what's her name? I'm sorry, I'm just having like not a good brain, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The Lemurian Star Child Oracle, and I even can grab a book because this deck is such a great value. But you know, I thought this is not my type of artwork, right? And I thought I had to think about it if I want to receive this deck, if I want to do the review. I kind of like sometimes to add to my readings those cosmic, celestial, inspired decks. So in the end, I said, okay. And I was just curious because look, it's a huge deck and it had like good, guidebook, and it's really cheap. I think it's really cheap for what they offer it for. And again, a slow burner, it took time for me to really think like, oh, I actually like getting messages from this deck, and I like adding that extra layer to the reading. So usually when, I don't know if anybody here had a reading from me, but sometimes I pull this deck as like a message from your star ancestry, or like just a little bit different perspective that these cards can add to the reading. So I used this deck, and this was the slow burner, and I wasn't sure on our first meeting how we would go, and then in the end we went pretty well, and I still really enjoy this deck. And I'm going, if you guys, anyone is interested in this particular one, I think most of you guys know it and have it, or don't like it and don't have it. But if somebody wants to get it, I do have an affiliate link, and I'm going to link it below. So if you want to get it through that link, that would be great. I can earn some money. But another one, which is an older one, Tarot de Saint Croix. I thought, will I like this deck? Will I like this deck? Because do you remember this deck we always used to go, the tarot community, it's orange. But oh my God, I love this deck. I actually edged it, and I love this deck. And I have had it for a few years now, and I use it a lot. I used to use it like in every reading. I still use it in readings depending on the mood. I use it for myself. I really, really like this deck, and I wasn't sure if I'm going to like it. It was a bit of a slow burner motion, but yeah, this deck is really cool, and it's great deck for doing readings for clients. And I again mention it often, and I will mention it again. I like using decks for client readings that are not too scary, not too full on. For myself, I can go really dark decks and I'm fine, but for client readings, I prefer more neutral tarot decks and more neutral artwork when the intuition can go both ways and no keywords, not too much, kind of directionality in one way or another. So this is something that I really like. Oh, Candy is happy that we like her channel. Yay. Mikiel and Leanne. Yes, Kasia, thank you, Leanne. They're really lovely people. Melanie's trying to sell the Lemurian Star Child. Well, Mel, you're pretty good with tracking the decks that you don't use, so you might be all right. Oh, Francois says that she loves this deck. Yeah. Victoria, you love this too. Yeah. Oh, and She Arts Wild. What's your name, She Arts Wild? I see you guys on Instagram, and then I never remember the names. But yeah, exactly, same thing, right? You weren't sure, and then you get to like it. And same for me. I really like this deck. So the third one, the blind date. Because we are impulsive humans, and sometimes we just rush in. Who did you date without looking or thinking? And for me, that was Oracle of Initiation. I think when I got this deck, even though it was created in 2012, I haven't seen, Kasia, not Blue Obsidian. I haven't seen anybody. Oh, funny. Okay, cool. I haven't seen anybody using this deck in our tarot community that I'm kind of, surrounded by. So I feel like I saw images somewhere. I can't even remember where, somewhere on Instagram or Facebook, can't remember. And I was like, what is it? I want this. This is weird. This is weird. And I want it now. So I remember I wrote Melissa and asked her if she wants to send me a copy for a review, and she did. She sent me the book, and then we just became friends since then. And Oracle of Initiation, this is actually the new deluxe version when she changed the gate cards as well. And I still love this deck. This is an amazing deck, and the book to this deck, these are the new gate cards. The book to this deck, just the depth of this deck, the creativity of this deck. This was the blind date that worked out into full-blown relationship. I will never leave this deck. This deck will never leave me. Merlinite, maybe. I think it might be Merlinite, Tammy. Is it Merlinite, guys? We still this. if somebody's going, what is she talking about? I'm talking about this stone, and I think it can be Merlinite, but there is one more name, because I think they say it's Merlinite, but it's not actually Merlinite. It's called something different as well. Natalia loves Oracle of Initiation. I know you do. Yeah, I know. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, that it is. Tammy, no, it's not. It's Indigo Gabbro. Exactly. Thank you. And Benjamin, I think, yeah, B-Jam. That is Indigo Gabbro. Exactly it. Because I think people mistaken it for Merlinite. It's not actually Merlinite. It's Indigo Gabbro. And it's a mix of, like lava and obsidian. No, I think lava stone with some impurities. So that's what it is. We got it. Thank you, guys. Yeah, once you get to know also Melissa and Lucia as a creator, she is amazing, and you appreciate the deck even more. Yeah, Merlinite is a dendritic quartz. Jen loves the Oracle of Initiation too. Antonio, not in love yet with Oracle of Initiation. Well, maybe it will be the slow burner date, mate. Oh, bye, honey. Have fun. Oh, Serpent Fire. You know that I was thinking about Serpent Fire, Natalia, for one of those. Yeah. Well, Venus has disappeared from the skies right now. She's in conjunction with the sun. So it's not even that she so much is retrograding as she is just not in the skies right now. Like technically, she's just so close to the sun that we cannot see her. And it's a very kind of interesting period as well, because Venus going kind of into the underworld, like we can't see her for 60 days. It corresponds to Lent in Catholicism as well. So it's a great time if you want to offer something up, or, have a sacrifice made, like people quit smoking, quit drinking, or, doing things that are for their betterment. It's like a New Year's resolution. This is a really good time to do it over this next month, 2 months. Venus will come up as the evening star, because it was going and it was in the skies as the morning star. Now it's conjoining with the sun, going underworld, kind of, like Inanna. She went through all the gates, and then when she's going to come up again, and we will be able to see it, she will come up as the evening star. So we in this again in between. Yeah, Venus is also, that's a very interesting subject. So it's really fascinating. So yes, Natalia, Venus is doing this whole dance now and going into the underworld. And I don't know, Lennon Smith, Lennon, she did on her channel this conscious dying or death ritual kind of thing. And I think it's a perfect time to do the conscious death rituals with when Venus is in underworld. So also be conscious of what you would like to see die, or what you would like to see being kind of removed from your life, and you're ready to let it go. So it's nothing to force it, but yeah. Oh, the Rose Oracle is gorgeous. Yeah, the Rose Alchemy Oracle. This one, you mean, Tammy? That one? Yeah, the Rose Alchemy Oracle. I love it as well. I use it often for people and for myself. You can put like glass of water on the rose, and it will, it's just like an energy world. It will soak in energy from the coding of the card. So that's pretty cool too. You can put the cards on your body. So what do we have? Lady Melanie, they talk about serpent fire. Yeah, I have the serpent fire. I have serpent fire. I don't know what edition it is. She's done so many editions. I don't know, but I still have the ones with the frames. Yeah, Kasia wants to quit sweets and carbs, but yeah, maybe. So, yeah, Antonio likes to make some new rituals and habits in Lent time. That's really good too. She-Wolf. Yeah, I didn't have the She-Wolf tarot, but the Serpent Fire is interesting, and the booklet is actually pretty great for such a small thing. Rose Alchemy, Kasia Rose loves Rose Alchemy. Yeah. The rebound date, guys, the one you keep going to break up with, but keep being pulled back together. Do you have the rebound decks? Okay, my rebound decks. First one, and this is like a proper rebound deck, okay? Star Child Tarot. Okay, I tell you the story. So I first received the Star Child Tarot Akashic from a swap from Lori. And because of a bit of sentimental value, because it was sent through Lori, it was one of my kind of first stops, and all my decks are rebound. Yeah, I got everything from swaps or for reviews now. But this Star Child, I swear, I always wanted the first edition, the one which she reprinted, Danielle. She reprinted the just Star Child Tarot, not the Akashic version. So I started with Akashic. I had it. Again, some cards amazing, but totally, it's not totally my type of art that I love and connect with. This one is a bit like sometimes even a bit too celestial, like a bit too out there. I prefer much more the Moonchild, which is much more grounded and has just the gold color. I don't know, I connect better with it. But the Star Child Akashic from a swap, then my husband got me the small version for Christmas or something a few years ago. I got rid of the small one. I didn't like it. Then I swapped or sold, I can't remember, the one which I got from the swap, and I didn't have it and I didn't miss it. And then she reprinted the Star Child Tarot, the original one, and I was thinking, oh my God, I always wanted original. Why don't I get the original and see how I feel about it? So I got it, and it's still kind of the same. Like, I like it, but when I use it, I use it. When I don't use it, I'm totally fine. I would not miss it if it disappeared from my shelf. But at the same time, for now, I keep it because I don't have it for that long. It's maybe I send it to my friend in the US, and my friend Kasia, she sent it over to me. So I received it in January or end of December. But this is totally rebound deck. So it's returned for the third time. And this is another one. I can't tell you how often I wanted to get rid of this Lioness Oracle Tarot. And whenever I put it out, I'm like, oh, but the roses, they're so beautiful, those roses. And there's rose on every bloody card. So I'm like, I don't think I will ever get rid of it. And I actually really like it. But again, I don't use it very often. And I'm not really particularly keen on some of the colleges. Some of them are okay, but I don't know. So these are my two rebound decks. Do you guys have rebound decks? Do you have anything that like sticks out for you straight away? Oh, you love the Lioness Oracle Tarot? Oh, Jen, if I ever get rid of it, I will send it to you. There's another oh, Natalia, they want to hide your message. Why? You and the roses. Please drink some wine, Natalia. Okay, this is something that I thought, like, should I show it? Because nobody has this deck. I received it a long time ago. It was a prototype. She was having a Kickstarter campaign and it never got printed. And I wanted to sell this deck. I wanted to swap this deck. Nothing ever happened. And then recently I thought I'm going to maybe swap it, but I pulled it and I started using it. And I'm thinking, this is a pretty cool deck. It's called Empath Tarot by Carola Joyce. And it has more minors. I think there's like an extra suit. And it has like, it works a little bit more like an oracle, really. It's like for empaths, a deck for empaths. And recently somebody wanted to swap with me and I was going like, oh shit, I don't think I want to swap it. I don't think I want to get rid of this deck yet, because I pulled it and it was like, spoke to my heart suddenly. So in some way it's a rebound deck, but in some way it's maybe a slow burner as well. It's her original artwork. It's a bit of a weird combination of art and images. Some are cooler than others. But the little keywords here, they kind of, they're a bit strange. And, strange is my second name, so I kind of like it. So that would be something also like a rebound deck, because it was meant to leave so many times and I just never kind of am ready to let it go. So it's not leaving. Frida has a suit. Yes, Jen, Frida has a suit in this deck. Yep. 10 a.m. here. Yeah, Tammy, maybe a beer. We're trying to convince Natalia to drink something, but she's stubborn. Yeah, great Hecate Oracle deck. I want Magdalena from Wolf of Coins to finish her Slavic Oracle. I think it's going to be awesome. I like her artwork. Okay. Surprise love affair. The one you thought would be just okay, but from the first meeting, it was love at the first sight that took you by surprise. So I wrote here and want to talk to you, show you a few. So one is the painted tarot. I don't know if you guys have, and many of you have it or not, but I thought it's going to be an okay deck. And this is an artwork that I can, I like it, I enjoy it. And when it arrived, just the boost of color and like when I was putting the cards together, it was just so amazing. I was like, oh my God, this deck is like really awesome. I thought I'm going to like it, but I actually really, really like it. And it's just like a very cool, little bit different. I love the colors, little bit like, look at this Knight of Coins. Oops. So there's the yellows. It looks even better in reality. It's actually very stunning. It reminds me a little bit of Tarot Ozarks with the colors. It has all these different colors. And Mary Magdalene card to me, so beautiful. So yeah, this is the painted tarot. This was definitely a surprise love affair date. I would jump to bed with painted tarot anytime. And then there was the Playful Heart Tarot. So good. Yes, Natalia, it is based on Rider-Waite-Smith, but let me think. Yeah, it might be too close for you. It's it's a little bit different. The archetypes are not as maybe Rider, like the figures have the the foreground, right? So it's not maybe so, it doesn't remind me so much of Rider-Waite-Smith when I use it. That's what I mean. And it has kinks that are black and white. You can take a look at, I have a review of this deck. But the color, and when you put the cards together, it just looks amazing. I just really love it. And then the other one, which, I thought it's going to be okay, but I totally loved it and still love it, is the Playful Heart Tarot. I thought, oh my God, I don't know. It's a cute deck. It's really sweet, but oh, for fuck's sake, I thought, like, I don't like those childish decks. You know, it's not like my art style. It's not something that I use. I have Saki Saki, I have Kitty Kahane, and I never really use those decks. So when I saw this, I really loved it, especially for the inner child work that I was doing. But this book and this deck, this is a great deck. And I know that Lina from Fire Transformation, she loves this deck. And I really fell in love with this. So that deck definitely fits that category really, really well. The Surprise Love Affair deck, the Playful Heart Tarot, really cool and so well made. I love how it shuffles. I love everything about it. Hi, Zach. Woohoo! Cheers. Yeah, I agree, Tammy. It's super intuitive, and it's really, it has like the seriousness shown in the fun way. So this deck is really cool. And another one, which is an old mass media deck, but the Surprise Love Affair, I thought it's going to be a cool deck, but that book, yeah, one of the most amazing tarot books ever. And I colored it in all these different colors, and I kind of chopped the frames as well, so I trimmed it, but this deck is just something different for me. I love this deck. Whenever I have like true spiritual, like, you know, not the regular life, but just a little bit different aspect to my life issue, I pull this deck. It's an amazing deck. I really love it. Oh, Meg Rose says that she has not been able to get into Playful Heart. Yeah, I don't think anybody created a deck for everybody, right? Like, there's just always something, and I guess that's okay. Maybe Playful Tarot, not for you. And Meg, it can be that not right now. You know, this shifts too, right? That sometimes we think, oh no, I will never like this deck, and then a year later you're like, let me look at this Playful Tarot. Okay, so these were my Surprise Love Affair decks. And the 6 is like the not my type date. The one you went on thinking it wasn't really your cup of tea, but what the hell? And what happened? So in here I wrote about this deck. Do you guys know this one? Do you remember it? I showed it on my channel a long time ago, but Zach, is it out of print, the Playful Heart now? I think you can buy it, no? Yeah, Fanny likes the Margaret Peterson. It's an amazing deck. So this is the Source Energy Art Tarot by Kathleen Deo. And this is something when I thought it's not my type. She sent it to me for a review, Kathleen. So I thought, I saw it on Wasima's channel first. And I thought, some of the cards like the Empress I loved. So I thought, I'm kind of, you know, I was like, I'm curious about it, but I don't think it's going to be my type. And I actually love reading with this deck. It's still not my type. Some of the artwork, it's just not my type, but I love reading with this deck. So sometimes, even if it's not our type, I think we can have a really good relationship with some of those decks. Oh yeah, into the Healing Labyrinth. That's a cool challenge. I'm using the Minoan Tarot. I know, right, Zach? Why didn't they? It's like my standards or your standards, and what are they thinking? So this deck she is an energetic painter, and actually there is something about this deck and energy. It looks, on the first glance, it looks weird, and maybe I would be even going sometimes ugly in some way, you know, that it's like, it's okay, but like nothing really special. But when you actually work with these cards, there is just something. Okay, there's just the Fool. I don't like the Fool, but there's something about this that I don't like half of them so much, but there's something that I love about it too. So I use this deck often still for clients. I use it for myself. It has something beyond that goes beyond the tangible with this deck. So it's a cool deck for readings, and it's really huge and also very kind of cheap. I think it was like $38 or something. I don't know if it's still the same price, but it was really cheap. So Playful Heart Tarot is out of print. I didn't know that. Maybe it's, yeah, I think she will probably reprint it because it's such a, everybody loves this deck. So, and it was self-published. So I think she published herself, right? Yeah. And it's by this expert playing card company, printed in Taiwan. I love their stuff. Uzi makes decks from there as well. I know, the full card, I know. Oh, Tammy says that she didn't think she would like Anna Kay. Yeah, I like Anna Kay too, actually. I don't use it much right now, but I do like it. Lina says that she developed the most profound relationships with decks that were not her type. Maybe there is something about that opposites, draw. So, not my type. And the second one from Not My Type was actually the Orasoma deck. And, this is also something when I go like, this artwork, like, no, sorry, like, I don't like it. And some are better than others, but it's just not my type of artwork. It's not something that I would go, oh, wow, that's amazing. But it's the one with the bags, and I actually got it from Krishna Priya at some point. It was a surprise, and I was just in love with the system. I love the system, and I use this deck very often in my life purpose readings, because you can add digits, right, and have the vibration of the day for your birth. So even though I don't like this artwork much, I use it a lot, and it's a healing deck as well. So anything that gets me a little bit beyond the regular deck, I'm happy with. Yeah. The Playful Heart Tarot is in stock on Etsy for $47. Zach, stop lying to us. Yeah. People don't really like the artwork for Orasoma. I know, it's kind of, I think what it is about it, it's really static somehow. I don't know, it just doesn't get moving. Okay, number 7. The I may have to delete your number date. The one that really didn't work, but you still haven't broken up with it yet. What's stopping you? Well, there's probably that Star Child Tarot. What's stopping me is sometimes I use it and I kind of enjoy it. And another one I thought is this Housewife Tarot. It's like, Kasia goes to Etsy. Housewives Tarot, I thought it never worked out for me. I don't know. It kind of seems like a fun idea, right? Kind of this vintagey deck, and it's funny. But I never really use it, so I thought I get rid of it. And what's stopping me is I'm always thinking, but maybe one day I'm going to go out with my girlfriends and we're going to have a beer or a glass of wine, and I can take this deck with me, this one particular, because it will be funny. I never done it. I don't think I will ever do it, but maybe I will, because for now it's still in my hands and I still haven't gotten rid of it, so I don't know. Yeah, Lina, you were supposed to make video about it, and what happened about the tarot stock? We're waiting, Lina. The artwork reminds you of Ancestral Path Tarot. Which one, Melanie? Artwork of which one? Of the energy? No, which one? I know, the Orasoma Tarot. Ancestral Path is quite static too. There's something about humans, I think, that they're not really movable. I don't know. Yeah. Right, Candy? This is a good reason. I thought so too. So maybe I will do it. If I do it, I will report. So the 8, the forever love, true love. Okay, this one might be one of the favorites or on the favorites list, but I'm curious and I couldn't resist. So for me, probably on the favorites lists and what I would love to do, my true love, well, it probably will be the Mysteries of Mary Tarot. I just love this deck. I love it. And the one which I would love to get now, it's the Black Madonna Tarot, which is, Hetien is doing. So it's all this Mary altars that she did. I know that most of you know this deck. This is my favorite forever love. And we're laughing with Melanie that we cannot use this deck without the book, but the book is really great, and the book is now like encyclopedia. It's great, and it has so much fun information and liberates Mary from the religion and from church. So it's really exciting. So this is my forever love, and I would love to get the Black Madonna. This would be the favorites list, right? Stormy on off date. The one you can't stay away from, equal parts passion, lust, and fighting. The one you have to have a break from and can't stay away from either. Well, I don't know if I could say everything fits this deck, but this would be probably Stunning Tarot, and it fits the description because Stunning Tarot is bold. Stunning Tarot gives you like kick. Stunning Tarot has only 5 colors or something. And it has that kind of sense of, I really love how it looks, but then I sometimes don't like how it reads. And I really love how it, has these different colors, but then I hate that she did like swords for water and cups for air. But I love some images, but then I really don't like some others. So it is a bit of a, should I let it go? Should I keep it? And I do like it. I do like to use it. But yeah, it is a bit of an on-off date. So this would be my on-off date. Oh, hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. Anna, hey, nice to see you. So this would be one on-off. And the last one, friends with benefits date. Friends with benefits. Did you guys have friends with benefits? I don't think I did. I'm not talking about decks, by the way, just in general. Yeah, now we need Black Madonna book. I know, we do. Yeah, Tammy says that she's aggravated by the switched elements as well. It's true. Hi, Kathy, too. Like, I think if you're used to using certain elemental associations with a suit, and then suddenly they change, even though the changes can be, argumented. I'm not saying that the way the cups have to be for water and so on, but that's how I use it and have been using it forever. So, yeah, I think it just gets a touch annoying when you suddenly see it differently. So it's a bit meh. Lena is saying now she's planning on so many videos, especially on predictive readings. Exactly. Give it to us, Lena. We would like to see those videos. Yeah, Anna, I'm doing Candy Stack. You a bit late. I'm on point 10, so I'm nearly finished. But it was fun. So, point 10, guys. The friends with benefits date. Who can you run to without commitment whenever you just have a need for them? The one who always just slots right back in like you've never been apart. Well, I could pick probably a lot of decks. Most of the decks, I think, in general, I would hide it under 2 umbrellas. So one would be Rider-Waite-Smith, any type of deck, but I would probably choose Tarot Ozarks. And the other one, maybe Doddle as well. But I also picked for this one the Way Home Tarot because it's one of those decks that I really love and I use it often. I don't show it often on social media, but I use it often. And I actually think it's really smart and it's such a cool deck. And it's got I like the chord cards a lot. They have the nice association. I love the artwork. I love the look of it. It reads great. It's Baccarat Swindner's and Autumn Whitehurst deck. And I have an interview with these two as well. So it's one of those decks that it's kind of under rated maybe for me in my own even social media presence, but I use it much more often than it shows that I use it, and it feels always good to go back to it. It feels always nice to reach for it. It's simple, it's great for day-to-day readings. And I don't know, I got this Bright Future Tarot today. I showed it just on Instagram briefly. Saskia has sent it to me for review, but she sent me the deck with keywords. I fucking hate keywords. She's got two options for the deck. She also has a deck without keyword. Look at this devil, isn't it cool? Oh, do not press, but I really want to. I really want to. So, yeah. Oh, Friends with Benefits. I'm not Ashton Kutcher. Oh, that was this movie, right? With him. Yeah. That Tammy hates the cards from the Way Home Tarot. Yeah, I can. Yeah, totally. Some love it, some hate it. Yeah. So this Bright Future Tarot, which I'm showing you now, it actually comes with like a normal tarot deck, right? And you can see it on the box. That's what I thought I was getting. There's also a book, a whole companion book for it, which is cool because she's a psychic medium actually, and she wrote this deck from a little bit different perspective. So not all the cards, but some of the cards I was like, that's interesting, like for example 5 of Cups, and the book maybe is not like greatly done. It's a very simple, you can see that it's self-published, but for example, the 5 of Cups for this keywords, first of all, it looks totally different as well. But for the keywords, she says atmosphere, spirit entities, ghosts, hauntings, moodiness, and a psychic gateway or portal used by healers, psychics, and mediums. Psychical energetic cords that connect to people even when apart. So, a little bit different perspective. And then at the end of the book, you can also, because it's a workbook, how she calls it, there's sample reading questions. So when she actually runs you through how you can do a good reading, what to pay attention to. So like, are there a lot of major arcanas, looking at the line of emotions and thoughts, are there any dominant suits or major arcana cards, and so on and so forth. You can also do like a little ABC kind of, she asks you a question and then you can pick what you think the answer should be for that question and so on. And they go for like love relationship, for career, for finances and stuff. So like very practical. And I got it today, so obviously I haven't read the book yet. I just read a few of the cards. But I think this deck will be really awesome. And she's actually going to send me another deck without the keywords. So I'm going to do a review on YouTube and show you these decks, because I think this is an inclusive deck. It's modern and doesn't have like, it has like really beautiful artwork, nice backs. So it's from the UK, Candy. So yeah, it's an English creator, Saskia Lee. Look at the 6 of Cups. Also like really, interesting. And some of the keywords are cool, that you start looking at the cards from a little bit different, angle. For example, what I found quite interesting was like I like the 8 of Swords. This is not a different angle. It's still the same angle, feeling trapped, right? But for example, the 7 of Swords is a little bit different when she speaks about mediator and resolutions. The Rider-Waite-Smith 7 of Swords, it's so annoying to me, that guy stealing those swords. I just so don't like that image. But this one I can deal with, mediator and resolutions, a little bit different take. Oh, there's this 5 of Cups that I was showing you and reading you a little bit from the book. It's pretty cool, hey? I like it. Yeah, Candy, it's from UK. I actually love UK creators. One of my favorite Oracle decks is this Forest of Precious Twigs and Wistar Oracle, and then the Red Seeds Oracle by Linda Hill. They all from UK. They're amazing. And I'm looking for one card. I love the Sun also, like kind of nice archetypal energy. For example, Five of Swords, which usually is such a, sometimes in the regular reading, sometimes when you get Five of Swords, you don't know how to use it in the positive way. Like, for example, if you have it in a position that it's like a positive position. And here it's discussion and persuasion. So, somebody can be a bit more sneaky and, take advantage of your naivete or, lack of information, but it's still up to the conversation, and five is always about a bit of a struggle and stuff. So it's really interesting. I look at the strength. That's pretty cool too. When she feels so integrated in some way. So anyway, this one is like, that's a new deck. I don't know why I'm talking about it, but Friends with Benefits, not really, not yet. But it's something interesting about this deck, and I actually would like to get into that book a little bit more. Yeah, Mel, it is interesting, I think. So anything else? Yeah, Lisa, Seven of Swords. And I think, Lisa, you read like this. You read a little bit more on impressions. And this lady, Saskia, she wrote that she is, she actually is a psychic and trained clairvoyant medium. And she made this deck. She wrote me like this little kind of thing. But she created this deck after receiving a spirit message from her father, who passed from cancer in 2017. And the message was to do what she loves, commit to being an artist and psychic, create her own card deck, and teach what she knows. So she's done a Kickstarter for this deck. I didn't even know that the Kickstarter was going on. But yeah, she also teaches how to read cards. And so anyway, interesting projects, and there's something that is, oops. I wanted to say there goes my wine, but I still have it. And the other one, I think, the Friends with Benefits, I would have to pick the Voyager, because there is something about Voyager that I have had this deck for so long. It's like, it's one of the probably vintage copies now. I think now the new Voyager is smaller. Actually, you don't get those big cards. These ones are quite, the large cards. But also, I come back to this deck, and I love this deck. And I received my first reading with this deck first ever tarot reading. It was, a long time ago, but it was with this deck, like a professional tarot reading. So this Voyager Tarot, and I know that a lot of you have enjoyed this interview I did with James Wanless. He is amazing. Oh my God, he had more energy than me and all of us. Maybe not all of us, but a lot of us together, But what I wanted to also say, he is offering, I don't know, he's have this Voyager reading tarot course. I'm going to link this information below. And he sent me like an invitation. So there is also, it's an affiliate link for all disclosure, but he is giving $100 off the regular price. It's a good discount. So if anybody is interested of getting $100 off and wanted to do this course with him, maybe somebody really wanted to, you can do it with $100 off if you use the link and put, like, I think the code Tarot Map 1 or something like this. I will link it below. So for anyone who's interested in studying with James Wanless, it's not, I think, live. It's like recorded. I mean, it's recorded videos. And he's very generous like that. So if anybody was interested, I will link it below. And Lisa is writing, me indie decks. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. And this deck comes from the UK. So for you, I don't know how the postage works. Yeah, Jen has that. Jen has the vintage copy. Yeah. He is amazing. I know. A card a day keeps the therapist away. He has so many cool sayings, like, prevent, not predict. Or like, that's why you're getting a tarot reading, right? Not to predict, but to prevent. So in some way it maybe includes some form of prediction, right? Because you have to know what to prevent. But he says like the future changes very often just like that. So if you know, if you draw a card and you don't like that future, how can you change it? That's his take on the creative tarot. And I think that's my take on the tarot in general. And sometimes maybe you cannot change the future because sometimes, you might be having to pay for consequences of your choices from the past. But most of the situations, we can change the future and we can influence it and we can co-create. So yeah, a card a day keeps therapists away. I love it. Yeah, so I think we finished, guys, and that's an hour has gone. It goes so quickly when you do live. But yeah, Dating the Tarot by Candy. It was lovely, and I love Candy's tags. The next tag I want to do is by Anna, Astral Lady. I want to do the mood decks and main decks. I don't know if you guys seen Anna's video. It's pretty cool. Honey did a VR to it. I think James Finley did a VR. I would like to do it too. So maybe next live. I thought I'm going to have regular lives. Maybe not always with wine, but because that will lead maybe to addiction, and we don't want that. But we can swap. Oh, Anna, you're still here. Yeah, I want to do this. I was actually thinking, should I do this one or the candy one? But I thought this candy one maybe will be a bit more fun for the first live forever, because I haven't done lives for a very long time. Yeah, but I will do your main decks and mood decks. It's a cool one too. And actually made me think, I'm definitely okay with Rider-Waite-Smith, Toth, and with Marseille decks. That's like I can wake up and I see them, all three of them. Because I'm a bit of a tarot traditionalist. I really love the three tradition of tarot, so I kind of know them well. But I was thinking what other decks are, could be like main decks. And for example, I know that like one of my really main deck and love deck is the Mistress of Mary, but there's no way I could remember all these archetypes. I remember some, like I know that, Eight of Wands is a handless maiden, and some of them are like really engraved in my memory, even though I use it often, but it's so rich and it's so many stories that, it would be hard to remember. Oh, Lina says that predictive readings are about guessing probabilities and becoming a better reader. That's a good explanation too. Natalia, what the fuck? Always with wine. Okay. Okay, so guys, I think I'm going to finish, unless there's any questions or anything that you want to ask me. Now is the time. And we're going to, I think, part ways, right? Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, we have a great tarot club here. Yeah, I enjoy it. We should have like a tarot cafe. Maybe we should do it once on Zoom, guys. Just like a Zoom catch-up. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, Candy. Thanks for sticking by. Yeah, I know, Gigi. It went so quickly, right? Felt like I was going like, oh, that's it. I finished all those questions. Candy, next time you need to prepare more questions. So I don't think there is any questions. Everybody says just bye. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend. Exactly. And we'll see each other soon. So thanks, guys. Bye. Thanks. End stream.